One thing I have never had a hard time with is coming on my platform and admitting when I've been wrong. Let's be clear. I'm the man. I'm not wrong that often, but even me, I'm wrong. And everybody in life's wrong from time to time, some more than others. But a lot of people have a hard time saying I am wrong. I come on this platform and let y'all know when I'm wrong. Well, today I'm going to let y'all know when I'm right. And boy, was I right. So last offseason, I let it be known, as much as I appreciated Rob Pelinka's aggressive start to free agency and the offseason for the Lakers in general, not wasting any time going and acquiring Dennis Schroeder. He made the decision to move on from Rajon Rondo and JaVale McGee. And then the Lakers went out and acquired Montrezl Harrell. They went out and acquired Wesley Matthews. They put a team together quickly. Remember, a year before that, the Lakers were kind of stuck in the mud there, waiting on Kawhi Leonard to make his decision for free agency. And at that point in time, the Lakers went in reaction mode. And Rob Pelinka clearly put it in his mind, we ain't doing that. We coming off a championship. We the boys. We them boys. Like, we know how championship teams usually lose a lot of their key pieces. What did Rob Pelinka do? He doubled down. He re-signed some guys, made sure LeBron and AD were happy long-term, locked them boys in, and went out and added some pieces, swapped some things out, said, look, we'll rather be early or late. And I was cool with that. Personally, I would have brought it back with Rajon Rondo. If you're asking me who's a better basketball player today, Rondo or Dennis Schroeder, I get it. Dennis Schroeder's a better basketball player. And in today's NBA where shooting is the supreme, I get it. Schroeder can shoot the basketball better than Rondo. But for that Lakers team, I would have brought back Rajon Rondo. He meshed well with Anthony Davis, and he seemingly was on the same page with LeBron. It was good enough to win a ring last year. I would have brought back Rondo. But that's debatable. I get it. Schroeder, Rondo, that's debatable. Schroeder will have his day in the sun in the playoffs here to prove his value. But one thing that I don't think any fan will dispute with me today, some of y'all pushed back with me when I said this in the offseason, but now people are seemingly coming to my side of the fence, and here's where I was right. When the Lakers opted to move on from Dwight Howard, I said, whoa, what are we doing? What are we doing? That's a bad move. I knew bringing in Marc Gasol was an awful move. I knew his body was done. It was done a couple years ago. His last hurrah was that Toronto Raptors championship run. And to be clear, he was a shell of himself in that series. I knew it then. I know it now. So Marc Gasol with that Lakers team, I get it. LeBron maybe wanted to play with Marc at some point in his career. LeBron believes Marc stole a Defensive Player of the Year award from him when he was in Memphis. I get it. Whatever. Marc Gasol can pass the ball exceptionally well. We get it. In theory, that makes sense offensively to have Marc mixed in with LeBron. I get it. But you got LeBron on the ball. You don't need another passer at an elite level. You got LeBron. Yes, Marc can find LeBron on some cuts every now and then, but how much space is going to be available when you got a guy like Anthony Davis clogging up that middle? How much space is going to be available depending on the lineup that you got? If Kuzma's in the game, some of these guys get iffy shooting the basketball, so that lane could easily get clogged up. How much space is going to be available for Marc to make those beautiful? How much is, I didn't like that move, replacing Dwight Howard with Marc Gasol. And I get it, you got Montrezl Harrell in that as well, and I have to acknowledge that piece of it. But you could have had Montrezl Harrell and brought back Dwight, by the way. Dwight Howard apparently thought the Lakers were going to re-sign him. And he went on his social media and said, hey, I'm coming back to L.A. And then the Lakers was like, wait. We didn't say we were bringing you back. And I'm assuming Dwight was like, yo, I'm coming off a championship. I sacrificed the most in my career to be here in L.A. I'm on a veterans minimum right now. Like, yo, I've done everything right. I'm just assuming you guys are going to give me at least another veterans minimum type of ordeal. I was thinking y'all might throw me a little bag right now. And apparently there was some bad communication. Dwight ended up going to Philly. And I do believe Dwight Howard can be an important piece for the Sixers in this postseason run. Joel Embiid gets in foul trouble. Dwight ain't Joel Embiid. I would never say that. But damn it, he is an incredible backup big man. That is an incredible option at backup big. And I think he could have been a Lakers starting center this year. One thing that goes under the rug, we talk about the greatness of LeBron James and how his body has been able to hold up. We talk about the greatness of Russell Westbrook as of late, for sure, and how his body has been able to hold up. Right after LeBron and Russ, Dwight Howard's in that mix of incredible physiques, And what I mean is guys whose bodies have held up over time the best. Like if you put a side-by-side of LeBron today versus LeBron of yesterday, 2008, 2009, his body still looks great. He probably looks a little better today. Russ, about the same, like looks a little better today. Dwight, still chiseled, in phenomenal shape. We don't talk about his shape enough, right? I want him over Marc for that Los Angeles Lakers team. I do. And I thought it was a mistake swapping out Marc for Dwight. And can we take it a step further? I'm watching Andre Drummond with the Lakers this year. And I want to be fair to him. Dennis Schroeder, health and safety protocols is out. So Alex Caruso is your starting point guard right now. You cannot expect a guard like Caruso, who has been off ball a lot of his career, you cannot expect him to be able to get Anthony Davis to rock at an exceptional level and find a way to get Drummond to rock at an exceptional level. I think you're asking a lot of Caruso in this situation right now. No training camp, not a lot of time on the fly. You're asking a lot of Caruso. I'm happy that he's getting AD the ball. He's doing a great job at that, by the way. We'll talk about that in another video. But to ask Caruso to now throw pinpoint lobs, now that's what LeBron's going to do when he gets back. That's what, you expect Schroeder to be a little better than Caruso at that running the offense. So to be fair to Drummond, he ain't got a fair shake at it like he'll get hopefully in a week or so here. But I do think Dwight Howard's probably, if not on the same level as Drummond, maybe a little better than Drummond. I'm looking at Drummond blow layups. I'm looking at him around the rim like, yo, what is this? You think you about to get the bag this summer? This offseason? I don't know. I don't know, Drummond. What was Cleveland offering? You sure you don't want to take that bag? Look, I'm looking at Drummond like, oh, no, man. Dwight looks more explosive than Drummond, and I didn't expect that one. I did not expect that. Dwight has more bounce at an older age than Drummond does today. And that bothers me because you obviously know Andre Drummond won't be around next year. The Lakers are not going to re-sign Andre Drummond. He'll cost too much. You can go out. If you're going to go deep into the luxury tax, you can do other things. The Lakers know that. So it's a rental. You could have had Dwight Howard at like a multi-year rental for like $5-10 million. You could have had him for like 3 years. He could probably finish his career there in LA. He wants to be in LA. I think he's got a crib out there. The Lakers got it wrong giving up on Dwight Howard. And whatever miscommunication that was there, Rob Pelinka and the Lakers should have got on the phone and fixed that one. Dwight Howard is a guy that I'm sure the Lakers are going to look up in this offseason if Philly doesn't opt to re-sign Dwight. I think the Lakers are going to run that one back. They're going to spin the block on that one and do the right thing and go get Dwight. Because they for sure they've missed Dwight this year. His presence, his impact, his energy. He was very important with that Lakers-Portland series last year in the bubble. Very important. His passion, his ability to play off of AD, his ability to adapt. That was a bad move by Los Angeles. I was right. Marc Gasol has not been the fit that the Lakers thought they were getting, and the Lakers would have been better off with Dwight.